Good morning, little friends. Happy Friday. Because it's Friday, I was thinking that we should do something different today. So every Friday, we're going to do a special journal writing activity. So do you guys know what a journal is? Miss Dominique has a journal. It's a notebook and it has blank pages inside. And on those pages, you can write about things that you did or how you feel. And every day you can write something. So for us, we don't have to do every day, but you can if you want to. But I'm thinking that we could write in our journal every Friday. Now, if you don't have a notebook, it's totally fine because today Miss Dominique is going to write on a piece of paper. If you guys have paper like Miss Dominique had in the classroom that has blank space on the top and lines on the bottom, that's amazing. But if you don't have that paper, you can use blank paper. This is paper for my computer. Or you could use construction paper or any paper you can find. And what I did to help us remember that we have to draw our picture on the top and write our words on the bottom is I folded my paper in half to make a line. So now I can see that crease. So I know that at the top, I'm gonna fill that with a beautiful picture, and at the bottom, I'm gonna fill that with words. So I'm going to use purple today, but the great thing about being at home is that you have so much time, and you can spend all the time that you want coloring and adding details to your picture. In school, sometimes we don't have a lot of time to do that. So at home, you guys can do as much coloring as you want. So because I'm using a piece of paper, I'm going to write my name at the top. And the reason that we write our name at the top of the paper is to show everybody that this is our work. If I draw this paper and I don't write my name on it, somebody can be like, oh, I drew this, but it's not true. It's my work, so I'm going to write my name on it so that everybody knows this story belongs to me. Now, if you have a notebook, you could just write your name on the front of the notebook, and then everybody knows that this is your book full of your stories. But since I'm doing a paper, I'm going to write my name on the top. And do you guys remember how I would write my name? The first letter of my name, Dominique, is D. That is the letter D. Dominique. Okay, so I wrote my name at the top of my paper. Now, the next thing that a good writer does is they draw their picture. So I'm going to draw a picture of something that I did today. Now, a lot of what we're doing at home might be the same thing because we're all not allowed to go outside. So I'm going to think of something that I did, and I know exactly what I'm going to write about. I'm going to write about yesterday when I used my hula hoop. So my friend Emily, she gave me this special hula hoop that breaks apart into pieces and you can put it back together. And since I'm stuck at home and I have nothing to do, I used my hula hoop the other day in the living room. So remember that every story needs to have 3 different things. Every story needs to have characters. Those are people, animals, or things that talk. It needs to have a setting. That is the place where the story happened. And it needs to have an action, something that the characters did. So my story in which I did the hula hoop, I played with my hula hoop in the living room, has characters. Who's the character? It's me, by myself. It has a setting, which is where? In my house, in my living room. And then it has an action. What was I doing in my house, in my living room? I was using my hula hoop. So I'm going to draw my picture now on the top half of my paper. You guys can take as long as you want to draw that picture. So I'm going to do mine quickly just because we're on video. So I'm going to draw the character first. The character is me. So I'm going to show you when I'm done, but I'm drawing my eyes, I'm drawing my hair, I'm drawing my body, my feet, and my hands. There is Miss Dominique. Now, I'm going to draw this setting. What did I say the setting was? I am in my apartment and I am in my living room. That's where the story took place. So I'm going to draw my living room. I'm going to add some details or smaller pictures or smaller drawings in my whole drawing that show that I'm in my living room. So things that people have in their living room are couches, right? I have a little couch. I'm going to draw my couch. But I wasn't sitting on my couch because I was doing my hula hoop, and then I have a TV, and then I have a mirror. So I'm just adding some details so that people will know this is my living room. So I drew that I'm in my living room, there's my couch, there's a mirror, and there's my TV on a TV stand. And now I have to draw the action. What was I doing? So in my living room yesterday, I was using my hula hoop. So I'm gonna draw the hula hoop around my body. And then I'm gonna draw some lines that show I was using my hula hoop. So there's my action. Now, I have my character, that's my person, my setting, that's my place, and my action, what I did. Now at the bottom, the last thing that a good writer does is they always write their words. So my words are going to be, I used my hula hoop. There are how many words? I used my hula hoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the end of my sentence today, I'm going to use the punctuation mark. That is a period. That means my sentence is finished. Now, the first word of my sentence, you guys all know, so I'm going to put a box around it. It's a special word. The word is I. How do you write the word I? Just the letter I. And that is a line with the line on the top and a line on the bottom. I. Now, what sound do you hear in y, used? Do you guys know what sound that is? Y, used. Y. You guys probably hear the letter Y. If you hear the letter Y, you can write the letter Y. If you think that used is spelled a different way, you can write it that way. I know that some of you might know that used is spelled differently, a different way than we hear, then go ahead and write that. But if you hear the letter Y, you can write the letter Y. I, used. Then I'm going to write down here, used. Some of you know to spell it like that. I used my. What sound do you hear in my? My. M. Some of you might know how to write the word my because you studied it. My also has a Y. M-Y spells my. My. What sound do you hear in hula hoop? Hula. It's an H. It's a straight line down and a bump. Hula. Hula. Hoop. What sound do you hear in hoop? It's the same sound as hula. Hoop. Ooh, and at the end, hoop, hoop, hoop. That's the letter P. I used my hula hoop. That's the end. So we're gonna keep working on journal writing every time we have a Friday. And we're gonna start adding more things, like we might add how we feel, we might add what the weather was like outside, even though we're not going outside. We might add a lot of more sentences to our story, but for today, we're just gonna write about the action, just what we did. I used my hula hoop, so you guys can go and you can write your stories, whatever it is that you did that was fun this week or today. And I would love if you guys took pictures of what you did and sent them to me. I will see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you Monday. Bye, guys.